Uber, the global taxi-hailing app, has experienced meteoric growth across the world ever since it burst into the limelight in 2009. More recently, however, it's been making inroads in sub-Saharan countries with operations in South Africa, Nigeria and earlier this year, Nairobi. Now, this service essentially lets customers order rides with better drivers through smartphones. Globally, Uber is worth about $40 or so billion, and its officials say it's responsible for more than 1 million trips around the world every day. That said, it hasn't been an easy ride. Uber's had its share of challenges, and its attempts to increase its African market share have run into obstacles. Traditional meter taxi drivers in South Africa, for example, have accused the app of undercutting them on prices and hurting livelihoods. In the Kenyan capital, Uber is facing tough competition from local and international taxi app rivals. Earlier today, I spoke to the operations manager for Nairobi, Caitlin Friedman, to get an insight into the company's foray into the East African economy. I started by asking her about the status of competition.
Well, you know, a fundamental goal of Uber is to offer our customers as many choices as possible. So we love competition. We think it, motivates innovation, creates better quality and safety standards for our riders. So we welcome all of that competition in this market.
Right. What about market share? Could you give us any numbers on that?
We can't share any exact figures, but I can say that take-up has been amazing so far. We've seen that Kenyans really love having an additional choice for how to get around their city. They love the safety, the quality, the convenience, and the very low prices that we're able to offer them.
Right. What about data perhaps on traffic? How many individuals use Uber within and around Nairobi, say on a weekly basis or monthly basis?
So we can't share any exact figures, but the growth, again, has just been astounding. Ever since day one, we've seen take-up be huge, and the rate of that growth has been increasing over time, especially with this new cash option that we've launched recently.
Okay, what about demographics? Who's your typical Uber customer compared to, say, the person who would use Easy Taxi?
Yeah, I mean, our Uber is for everyone, right? It's for anyone looking for a safe, affordable, convenient ride at the push of a button. So with our price point, we think that it's accessible to, a really large share of the Kenyan market, and we want everyone to give it a try.
Right, let's focus on the business as well. How many drivers do you have in your employ at the moment? I know that I'm using the word employ loosely in this context, but how many drivers are providing services for Uber right now?
Sure, so just to clarify the point there, Uber doesn't own any cars, doesn't employ any drivers. We're just a technology company, so we're offering existing drivers here a platform to grow their business, to get access to more riders and to run their operations more efficiently. And the drivers here have responded really well to that. They love it. We've seen tremendous growth there. Again, can't share any exact figures, but the interest has just been astounding so far. I
noticed in the way you've structured the app, there's always a little tab that allows you to essentially track your driver's progress and essentially give you an approximate ETA for his arrival or her arrival, as the case may be. How exactly does that work from a tech standpoint? Are you tracking cell phones or are you tracking cars?
It's really simple. So all of the partner drivers that use our app access the platform through a smartphone. So that might be one that we give to them or through their own phone. We just leverage the GPS technology in those existing devices to provide transparency as to where your driver is at any given moment on their way to pick you up.
All right, brilliant. You also operate essentially on a completely cashless system, and I know when you launched at the time, clients had to link their accounts to, would essentially have to pay by card. What about mobile money payment systems, M-Pesa, Airtel Money, and so on and so forth? When are those going to be integrated?
Right, so it's actually available right now. In early June, we started our Uber Cash trial here in Nairobi. It's the second city in the whole world where we're trying out this option. We, listen to our consumers. We know that cash and M-Pesa are the most preferred, most ubiquitous methods of payment in Kenya. So we're testing it out. It's given us a really good opportunity to see, how consumers are taking this up, how it changes riding behavior, and should ultimately help us develop a better product.